Hi everyone. In this video I'll be taking a quick look at Xaya Photo. What is it? What does it do? And a couple of examples. And we'll be looking at that right after this. Alright, good day everyone. So in this video I wanted to have a look at Xaya Photo. Now I'll get started by talking a little bit about what this software actually is, why you might use it, and what its benefits are. So the company is called Xaya and the software is Xaya Photo. Now this is a digital asset management software. So it's really about cataloging and organizing your photos so that they become much easier to find, and you can start to filter by a whole range of different parameters so that, rather than thinking, okay, which folder did I save the photo with the kids in it, I can use Xaya Photo to catalog that and then make it much easier to find. Now, there are bits of software that do variations of this. So, one of the most commonly known is Lightroom. And this is similar but a bit different. So it's not a photo editing bit of software. It's really just about cataloging your photos. So if you use Lightroom, then probably Xaya Photo is not really for you. I mean, there are add-ons like Xaya Search that does something similar, but this is really for people who don't have photo cataloging software and they want to be able to organize their photos much easier. Now, what's different about Xaya Photo compared to, say, Lightroom is that this uses artificial intelligence to actually tag your photos as they come into the catalog. So what you'll notice on the right-hand side is that if I'm looking at my entire catalog at the moment, I can see that there's Xaya and then it says content. Now, this is automatically generated based on the tags like in the photo's metadata itself. And when I imported these into the catalog, Xaya Photo has analyzed each photo to work out, what is this a photo of? Is this a photo of an animal? And if it is an animal, can I work out what sort of animal it is? Does it contain people? Does it contain instruments or food? Now, what's really good about this though is that it doesn't use cloud services to actually work any of this out. So it's all done locally on your computer. So if you are privacy conscious, something like this is much better than an add-on to Lightroom that uses Google Photos, because something like this is just using your computer and the local photos to work out what it actually is. So when it's imported, as I said, it's automatically applying tags to the photo compared to something like Lightroom where you import a photo and then you have to tag it yourself. Now, I'm not sure about everyone else, but I hate tagging photos. It is one of my least favorite tasks. It's a time-consuming task and I just find it generally frustrating. So, this is something that's designed to help that. And it tags a couple of different ways. So it tags based on the content. So like I said, what can it find in the photo? But also based on, they call it photography, but it's the styles. So, is this a colorful photo? Is this, a monochrome or a colorless photo? Are there lead-in lines in the photo? Is there symmetry? And a whole range of different things. So, this really automatically does a lot of work for you so that you don't have to worry about tagging. Now, it's not perfect, and sometimes I do find that it does struggle with some animals and it might mistag them. But for the most part, it's pretty good. And if it mistags it, then you just remove that tag. So, it saved me 90% of my work, which is perfect. Now, it automatically tags, and what you've seen me doing so far is actually using these tags to search through the catalog. So I can say, show me all the photos of animals. And where a digital asset manager software is useful is, I really need that photo I took of a big cat. So I can click on Big Cat and now you can see what it's automatically tagged. Or I took a photo of a farm animal. Where's the photos of the farm animals? So you can see I didn't have to worry about what folder it was in or anything like that. I could go straight in, find the photo based on its tag, which is really where this is really, really helpful. Now, one of the other things it has the ability to do though, is to actually find a similar photo. So if I go into a specific photo, for example, this parrot, I can actually say find similar photos and okay, do I want to find it in the whole database, the current view, or folders and collections? I'll just say whole database. And I can click on start search. And now it's actually analyzed the content. It's looked at colors and a whole range of different parameters to work out what are similar photos and then load them up for me. And what's really cool about similar photos as well is you can actually find similar photos from an external photo. So you could put in a web address, maybe for a photo of an animal or something. And you could say find similar photos and it will search for you based on that external photo and what has it found that's similar in the catalog. Now you can search by a whole range of other parameters as well. So, I might want to find faces. So maybe I'm searching for similar faces because I don't know, maybe I've got a photo of my son in here and I want to find all the other photos that I've taken of my son. So I can find by faces, I can find by people. And whilst I don't have many people in these photos, it will also tag based on how many people are in the photo. What's the rough age group? And by age group, I mean, babies, infants, teenagers, adults sort of thing. So, you can find by a lot of those parameters as well, which is really, really quite useful. Again, if you're trying to narrow down to certain things and you're not sure maybe what the keyword may be, you just want to know, okay, I want to find photos of older people or younger people. Now, I can find by keyword. So, again, I can look at the keywords related to what Exaya has worked out, or I can look at the keywords that I've applied. So you can still apply your own keywords into these photos when you import them, and you can search by those as well, or you can use the Exaya ones. So, for example, I might want to search for photos that have a bit of bokeh and an animal. And now if I start search, it'll narrow it down to examples where there's a bit of bokeh and an animal in it. So really, really powerful tool that gives you an idea on what this can do. Now, this has been really looking at examples of how we can search by keywords and Exaya automatically generating those keywords. But like any normal asset manager, there is other metadata within your photo. So you can filter by that too. You could start to say, only show me photos I took in October of 2021 or, earlier. So you can search and narrow down by the date or the month or anything like that. But you can also look at the metadata. So only show me photos I took with my normal camera. And then, okay, only show me photos I took with a specific lens. And then, okay, only show me photos on a given focal length. So it does have a lot of power to allow you to search for a whole range of parameters based on the metadata. And of course, being a normal photo catalog software, it lists the metadata for everything. So, you can see all of the parameters that a given photo was taken with. And you can then go into a photo and say, okay, I want to open this photo in some other photo editing software that I've got. So maybe you're using, I don't know, Paint or whatever the software is. You can open this file in another bit of software to then edit it, because this software is not about editing. It's really about cataloging your information. once I'm really happy with everything, I can save photos, I can open them where they are on the computer itself. So it gives you a lot of power to be able to, manipulate your photos and more importantly, obviously find photos. Now, this has been Xaya Photo. There is another version called Xaya Search. They're a little bit different. The broad concept is pretty much the same, but the difference between them is Xaya Photo is standalone. Xaya Search is a plugin or an add-on for Lightroom. So Xaya Search utilizes Lightroom as a catalog, all of those things, but it allows you to automatically bring in keywords, and then you can still search by similar photos, narrow down by keywords, all of those different things, but you're doing it in Lightroom instead of Xaya Photo. And personally, I do use Xaya Search on a daily basis because, like I said, I just hate keywording, and it's one of those really simple things that I can do to automatically generate, keywords that are at least 90% where I need them to be, and then I can add in more from there. Now, there are the ability to add some extensions into Xaya Photo, and in another video, I will talk about Xaya Analytics, which gives you stats on the types of photos that you're taking and a whole range of other parameters. But you'll need to watch the next video to get a bit of an idea of that. So I hope this has been helpful to give you a bit of an idea on what Xaya Photo is, and how it's another useful cataloging tool. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. If not, thanks for watching.
To love what I'm doing, never give up, never slow till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.